Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we have a very interesting topic to talk about. A few days ago, I got this idea when I was meditating to talk about this topic, and I thought, oh, I'm very curious in what kind of direction it will turn out to go. So we'll be talking about eye colors and what it has to do with your soul origin, with your present incarnation, and anything that resonates with you, why certain things resonate with you and why others don't, and where you may find yourself right now at this point of evolution, what some other channelers have to say about that, and what it means for everything that's happening in your life. Well, many of us have this deep feeling. You may be a starseed, or you may be a wanderer, or you may feel deeply intuitively evolved already, and you may have this mystical curiosity for the things that most people may not be wondering about. Like, what does your eye color says about your soul evolution? So let's go into the process, right, of this message. The blue eyes. How many of you are there having blue eyes? I love meeting people with blue eyes because they're always very connected, very intuitive, very empathic. And for the blue eyes people, their soul origin, according to many ancient cultures, they said blue eyes are associated with purity, clarity, and wisdom, which already says they're quite old souls and they've been through many different lifetimes. For them, it's known they're often volunteers, they're seers, they have ability to see often through this physical dimension. Do you resonate with that? If you kind of suppress these gifts, you will always feel like your life is not meaningful, your life is not fulfilling you. But if you devote yourself to explore your gifts, you will find a very incredible purpose that will help you to be a healer here, to be someone who can help others in areas where most of this earthly science is maybe not working. Like sometimes psychology is not very helpful for those who can't find a healing in it, or sometimes even psychiatry doesn't work for certain people. Sometimes any medication doesn't work for people because maybe the origin of the illness is in soul. And often people with blue eyes feel very deeply attracted to these soul healing processes and studies. So if that's you, maybe these things may resonate with you. In many ancient legends, it's been said that individuals with blue eyes have souls linked to heavens, embodying qualities of intuition and insight. Blue eyes are often linked with qualities like intuition, sensitivity, and creativity. So you may feel very sensitive. So you may find yourself like it's maybe a bit harder to function if you are too exposed to crowded places, or if you're spending too much time in crowded places. So make sure that you prioritize creativity more often, self-care, and doing things that truly resonate with you, studying certain subjects that resonate with you, and obviously connect with people who are same-minded. So you may often find yourself drawn to certain communities or certain workshops where people are exploring spirituality and things like that. So characteristics about people with blue eyes are often perceived as calm, trustworthy, and introspective. With them you can have very deep conversations, and they may possess a deep sense of empathy and a natural inclination towards artistic expression or spiritual pursuits. So if that's you, maybe this can help you to understand where you are right now and why you feel so deeply drawn to certain knowledge that will help you not just to understand your life better, but also you'll be able to help others. So see what is really unfolding in your life right now and notice how can you use this knowledge for your personal evolution, because your personal evolution will introduce you to a purpose, like how can you provide more of what helped you to others. This is how you evolve. So now let's go to people with brown eyes. Do you have brown eyes? Or maybe you know someone with brown eyes. Those are very, very ancient souls. They've been through many incarnations. They're very deeply grounded people. I know some of them, and when you talk with them, they're very good for asking them for an advice. They will always give you a very, very grounded approach. Brown eyes are often associated with earthiness and stability. In ancient beliefs, individuals with brown eyes were thought to have soul deeply rooted in the natural world, connected to the cycles of life and growth. Some channelers may view brown-eyed individuals as having a strong connection to the earth and its energies. They may suggest that these individuals are particularly grounded and practical, able to manifest their intentions effectively in the material world. So those people with brown eyes who are living quite coherent life, which means a life that is aligned with their values, with their principles, with what helps them to be healthy, to be quite connected, to live in their power. If you find those kind of people, you can look at them as great mentors, as great teachers. I'm sure you can find at least one of them, and you will notice they're very, very wise. And maybe you may be one of them. Maybe you are one of them and you're not really noticing that as a great ability. Maybe reflect a little bit on that, because you may notice that you possess a lot of ancient knowledge that may help you to ground this world at this time. If you look at younger generations right now, or even some older generations, you may find out some people are really not grounded. Like there's a lot of chaos happening, not just with wars and all of that, but also with culture. Like people are losing themselves, and it's very important to bring this ancient wisdom to life in any form, like writing, talking, gathering communities, teaching, whatever you find helpful for you. Just notice your power. Notice that you are a very ancient spirit, and that's why you feel so connected to nature. Like I know one particular individual with brown eyes that is very connected to nature, and he was measuring nature cycles, like the return of the birds at the beginning of the season, doing all kinds of things like that, like measuring everything to details. He's still so connected to nature, and every time I have an opportunity to ask him for an advice, I always receive something profound in return. So maybe reflect a little bit on that. Now let's go to people with green eyes. Quite rare, right? So people with green eyes are often known as people who see through dimensions. They're very mystical. Green eyes are often linked to vitality, growth, and the mysterious, the mysteries of nature. Some cultures believe that individuals with green eyes possess souls tied to forests and jungles, embodying a harmonious balance between the physical and spiritual realms. Green eyes may be associated with a deep connection to nature and the elemental forces. So when we're talking about nature, we're not really talking just about the physical nature we're seeing, like you love to spend more time in forests or on the beaches and things like that, which is most probably a fact. It also means that you understand the elements of nature. You understand the power of balance. So balance it gives birth to health, right? Balance gives birth to coherent frequency, which makes sure that everything manifests in harmony, abundance, and great health and vitality. So you may be very aware of elemental forces, and you may understand that everything travels through ether. So People with green eyes may deeply understand that nothing is disconnected, because in ether, everything is connected, and words have great power, thoughts have great power, and emotions are these forces that connect everything together. So green eyes associated with healing, balance, and empathy. That therefore, many of you, if you find yourself having green eyes, I will also talk about what it means if there's a mixture maybe of green and brown or green or blue. It just means that these different characteristics we've been talking about and we will be talking about are mixed together because your soul has evolved through different star systems, through different lifetimes of evolution on different planets, on different life systems. So you possess a lot of different knowledge and consciousness characteristics that have been manifested in this physical body. That's why the color of the eye is so significant when it comes to understanding of your past, not really in time, but more of the evolution of your soul through different lifetimes. So, as I said, people with green eyes associated with healing, balance, and empathy. Green-eyed individuals are often seen as natural healers who are deeply in tune with nature and have a strong sense of compassion and understanding. Many channelers suggest that those with green eyes have a natural affinity for healing and nurturing. So if you find yourself with green eyes, you may understand why you feel so drawn to certain fields where you can explore healing potentials. So you may feel a need to be a doctor, you may feel a need to go into a sound healing or meditation or yoga or any more alternative medicine or even earthly medicine. You may even feel a need to work with kids, to be a teacher or to help with animals. If any of that resonates with you, it just means that you are actually walking your path. I think the importance of talking about this is because sometimes we may feel like we're not doing everything we've come here to do, but we need to understand the process of evolution. We can't get to where we want to be without going to what's been presented to us right at this moment, right? So it's important just to know why certain things resonate with us so we can learn to kind of navigate ourselves more into the direction which really speaks to our soul, right? So people with green eyes, their characteristics are often perceived as very dynamic, passionate, and adventurous. So those are also some things you should maybe know about yourself. Like, you maybe already know that, but explore it a little bit more. Now let's go to people with hazel eyes. Hazel eyes, my friends, is that you? People with hazel eyes often associated with adaptability. Some traditions suggest that individuals with hazel eyes have souls that transcend boundaries, capable of navigating diverse experiences and perspectives. Very important for this time of present evolution and transformation. Many of you with hazel eyes may feel like you're waking up right now and noticing, well, the world around me really need to learn how to be adaptable to changes. So many of you may find yourself teaching others like how to be adaptable, how to build discipline, how to organize your life, how to maybe, become or organize productivity, organize time, all of that. So it doesn't mean that you may be drawn to spirituality or any of that. You may be in productivity circles. You may be in mind organization circles or mental clarity, or any of that may resonate with you. Hazel eyes may be seen as a blend of different energies and influences, allowing individuals to adapt and integrate diverse perspectives and experiences. So people with hazel eyes were most probably been through many different cultures, in their past lives, and therefore they have a lot of knowledge about how to adapt, how to integrate something new, and how to perceive the world through different perspectives. So then we can choose, what's the most maybe meaningful or what's the most practical approach to this. So hazel eyes considered to embody a blend of characteristics from both green and brown eyes. Hazel eye individuals are thought to be adaptable, versatile, and capable of balancing different energies. They're often seen as having a unique perspective on life. Again, if you know someone with hazel eyes, it's again good to have them by your side, maybe to ask them questions or to just, question them about how they would treat this challenge that you may be going through differently. Or if you are like that, maybe study if you're living in this kind of way, and notice if you could provide some of your knowledge to others in certain ways that could be beneficial. Maybe you're already doing that. If yes, congratulations. So characteristics of people with hazel eyes are known as their flexibility, creativity, and resilience. They may possess a natural curiosity, a knock for problem solving, and an ability to thrive in ever-changing environments. They are very, very needed. And maybe you may notice with the leaders and teachers of this time, many people have hazel eyes. So it's really not a coincidence. Then people with gray eyes. Do you have gray eyes? People with gray eyes are often seen as enigmatic and mystical. They are the great mystics. They're often very, very spiritually evolved, and they care more than about anything else. They care about evolution of consciousness the most. They care about evolution into the healthiest possible version we can embody, the highest possible goodness, and to activate all of our senses so we can become fully divinely humans as we've been designed to be. So in many ancient cultures, individuals with gray eyes are thought to possess souls filled with mystery, capable of delving into the depths of the subconscious and unlocking the hidden truths. They're very good with channeling information. They're also very creative, and often they may be channeling different creative visions or things like that. They're also good guides on a journey of spiritual evolution or on any kind of a journey towards greater health. So again, they may be drawn more into a certain type of healing circles or healing fields. So gray eyes may be seen as a symbol of mystery and hidden potential. Gray eyes sometimes associate with wisdom, introspection, and mystery. So people with gray eyes are thought to have a deep inner strength and an ability to see through illusions. They are often considered to be reflective and contemplative. So you will find out many spiritual teachers with gray eyes, or maybe a combination of gray, green, or blue and blue. This is usually a very frequent combination for people who find themselves in a position of spiritual teachers. You will also notice the difference between maybe spiritual teachers or other teachers with maybe brown eyes or gray, green, blue eyes or something like that. You will notice that those with brown eyes are maybe more grounded. They're not so, as some people would call, like new age or woo-woo. They are more practical. And those with gray eyes, they are very, very mystical. They're more, sometimes maybe not so grounded, and their challenge often may be to just ground all this mystical information and to make it as practical as possible. It's always possible, but they're often great channelers. So if you find yourself like having gray eyes, maybe it can explain why you feel so drawn, so magnetized towards mystical knowledge. Explore it and see if you could integrate it in your daily life. See if you could organize your life the way that you would start doing more of the things that really speak to you. Maybe not, talking about it with people who are not interested into it, but get yourself into circles. Or if you find yourself like more of a loner, the one that thrives in solitude, most probably you're an artist or a writer or someone who can bring so much to this world with or through the process of solitude. So explore these fields a little bit and really dig deeper into yourself. Then people with amber eyes are also linked to creativity, courage, and a strong will. So this is like I think the best explanation of people with amber eyes, very rare, is like they are embodying the spirit of a dragon. They're very strong. They have a very strong will. They have incredible courage. They're the individuals that are often seen as charismatic and confident with a natural ability to inspire and lead others. So they're very powerful in certain circles where it's important to push the evolution forward through will and through courage. Like right now and during maybe the COVID period, many people with amber eyes have found themselves like really standing out, speaking the truth and pushing the boundaries of what was kind of inappropriate in the eyes of many. They were like really doing the right thing. So it is possible that you have blue eyes and then you have like a little bit of crown of amber in it, like you have the characteristic of amber, or you have gray eyes and a little bit of amber in it. You see, these are all the characteristics that you possess within. Or you may have hazel and a little bit of amber. Just pay attention to it, because those are different characteristics. And this video may explain to you all these unique characteristics that you possess within. So you can just, filter yourself from the things that are not really working for you, that are not aligned with you, and do more of what is. Embody more of these characteristics, the qualities, the strength that you already possess. And then there's very interesting fact about people with violet eyes. Those are very young souls. Those are usually souls that haven't been on this planet for quite some time. So they're very fresh, very new. They are very curious, very playful. They're often trying all kinds of different things. So maybe the challenging or negative part of it is that they're experimenting with everything. So they may also find themselves experimenting with drugs and all kinds of different impulses and sensations. But in general, they're very, very playful. So what you can learn from them is playfulness, curiosity, like childlike curiosity, childlike playfulness. Very beautiful thing. If you have maybe purple eyes, it's similar. This could be that you're actually first time here in a physical body. So everything is quite new. Everything is maybe quite challenging. Everything may be also very interesting, and you may find so much attraction for everything. You may just lose yourself in nature. You may lose yourself in just sensing things. Like your physical senses are so beautiful to you, but also maybe sometimes very intense, and it may become very overwhelming. So it may lead to anxiety or fear, things like that. So if you're like that, well, try to, or most probably you're already surrounded with people with brown eyes, with very ancient souls, because most probably they've manifested in your life as your teachers and guides to guide you through this evolutionary process. So maybe just reflect a little bit on this and use it as a play, as an experiment in your life. How many of this information may actually manifest as it is, and see if it can help you in any way to have more clarity for why things in your life are the way they are. My friend, I hope you found great value in today's video. A very interesting topic. So if yes, great. Share it with someone who may find it helpful. And I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting as well. I'm an artist, and if any of my art speaks to you, maybe it's a sign that it's for you. It has something to say to you. So you can get a copy of it on AttractPassion.com or Etsy store. I Draw My Passion. Check out all of my art there. And to anyone who would love to work with me one-on-one, I'm also offering coaching, so you can find the link in the description of this video. Thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community, where you can find some exclusive content, frequent guided meditations, and so much more. So check it out, and till next time, one love.